Hi, I'm TheLouismack, and today I'm doing a tutorial on tail whips. Tail whips are probably the most basic trick on a scooter, aside from bunny hops and like one-footers. The first step, I think tail whips are probably the first trick you should learn. The first step is to get into your normal stance, either ski, regular, or goofy. Then kind of curl your toe around the edge of the deck, like that. And then get a big enough hop that once you've hopped, flick it round with your shoe. You can't just flick it round and expect it to come back. You have to actually do the tail whip motion, like that. So if you're doing it anti-clockwise, you have to flick your right wrist, like that. So once you've hopped and flicked it, like that, flick with your wrist. I think the most important part is your wrist, because you can do a tail whip without, you can kick it, but it's not going to come back. So just with your wrist. Also, a good thing to learn is catching the tail whip. Catching the tail whip is where you land on it and then go down. Two ways of catching is 2 foot, 1 foot. Recap, go along, curl your toes round, get a big enough hop. I think the easiest way is to do that kind of hop. It's not called the American hop or whatever you want to call it. It's just lifting up your front wheel, then back wheel, like a skateboard or a bike. So once you've done that, once your front wheel's up, back wheel, flick with your wrist, catch, back down. So, I hope you learned how to do tail whips. Tail whips, you can do a lot of combos flat, like manual tail whips, downside cabs. The second most important thing on the tail whip is curling your toes. It's so hard to do a tail whip without curling your toes. Is to jump off, can plant, back on. Just try to get that as fast as you can. That will get you used to flicking it with your wrist and then getting back on. So I'd say do that for about 10 minutes each day, then eventually start trying to flick it round with your wrist. You've got to get used to the wrist motion, because when you're doing double, quads, triple tail whips, you're depending on your wrist to do all the work. So just remember just to do this. Just keep doing it over and over, like that. I think that's good practicing. Alright, I'll just quickly do a tail whip. Keep going, keep going. Stay there, stay there.